Hey guys, this is Dora with Mimi Makes with hypogammaglobulinemia. Yes, it's me behind the camera and being blinded by the light because I do have horrible cataracts. So I'm going to look at you, smile, turn this around. Here is a package that was delivered today. And no, it is not yarny goodness, as most of us are ecstatic to receive. Today we have a box that was delivered to me that contains my infusions. And this is something that I talked about earlier on whenever we were doing the initial video. This is a list of the meds and supplies that are inside this box. It comes to my residence every 3 weeks, and this is just the process that it takes for me to be around for another 3 weeks and not be sick or in the hospital. And we all know that sound of crumbling, crunchy packing tape and etc. So I'm going to try not to get too noisy with that. But here we have some tegaderms. There's 4 in here, and these are used to cover my lidocaine that I use before infusing, before getting my sites ready. I prep them with lidocaine, which is here. Yeah, that goes on about 35-40 minutes before injection of the needles and the medication. So I've got my gloves ready. I have my sharps container, this little Ziploc bag, and usually everything will come in Ziploc bags and prepped so that you'll have what you need. Down here we have our alcohol swabs, and these are the preps. These I order in advance, so I have those available, but and so does the lidocaine and the gloves. But this stuff comes every 3 weeks. So this is the Tegaderm. These are the 12 millimeter needles that I use to infuse the infusion medicine I need, the Hypo-What. So there are 2 little butterfly needles here. Not going to overwhelm you with all of the details of this. Next infusion I will actually probably do and the infusion itself. These are pre-meds that come in this Ziploc bag, and it's labeled. That's important stuff that I take probably an hour and a half before. A gravity fill bag. That is where the infusion medicine is transferred to this bag here, which is like an IV bag. As you can see, it's just like a little IV bag. When these are opened, you can see it more in detail, but I'm trying to make this short and sweet because I did say I was going to show my box of supplies on my next infusion day. These are blunt tip needles. Well, they're called needleless medical prep cannula. Yeah. Cannula, however you pronounce it. Well, you know, if you know how, that's better than me. This is the line that attaches the pump to the bag of infusing solution medication. syringes that are used to draw up the high part of the Hypo-What, which is the medication that I am on. The infusion medicine that I use is called Hypo-What, and these are syringes that draw out the Hy hyaluronidase. These are the Sharpies that are used to attach to the syringe and draw out the high. That goes into my thighs before I'm hooked up to the pump and the IV bag and the IV pole. This little gadget, we've seen these under, puppies, new puppies that are being trained. That's not exactly what it is, but it is a wonderful plastic pad that goes underneath this big box of stuff. When I remove the box, this will be opened and put underneath the box to protect my coffee table from any spills of the infusion medicine. I'm trying to do this quietly. Down in here we have the boxes of infusion medicine that comes. I am currently infusing 50 grams, and I'm going to pause this so I can open. Okay, I said I was pausing it so we could get into this box so you can see what I mean by Hypo-What. This is the little tiny bottle. Hopefully to focus in here. There it is. The little tiny bottle is the high, and you infuse that under your skin, which will cause the skin to plump up and be able to absorb this immunoglobulin. Yes, so this is a replacement immunoglobulin infusion for my body. As you can see, it is still chill, so it'll be a bit before it comes to room temperature because the ice pack was still in contact with this box. So I'm going to move this over here and this box over here. Hey buddy, is Mama doing her thing? Am I getting ready? I know, you're a sweetheart, trying to figure it all out. I know, you're my buddy. Okay, back here we go. This is the smaller one. It's a little bit shook up. I know my delivery person today from UPS that brought these was a little bit nervous because when he rang the doorbell, when he came up to ring the doorbell, Lucky ran out. My little 9-pound schnoodle, poodle, yeah. So he was a little bit afraid that Lucky was going to get him, which did not happen because Lucky is nothing but a love bug. So I think he dropped the box, which is labeled fragile, but okay. Down here we have, sorry for the noise, batteries for my pump. I'll place them right there. The rest of this is very cold ice packs, Nordic ice that literally is keeping all of this very, very chilled. So I'm going to move the box down off the coffee table so you can get a glimpse of the area where I work and get everything ready for the infusion. And please ignore the mess and the table being piled up with medical supplies. It's something I do every 3 weeks. And I don't have a tripod downstairs. It's upstairs in my yarnery. As most of you know, I do have a craft room and yarnscape upstairs that I do some crafty things and crocheting and knitting and sewing. But here we go. Sorry. Here is our supplies getting in place here. All of this will come open and I will get started drawing that up and getting it ready to infuse. But the first thing I need to do is apply my lidocaine, which I infuse in my thigh. So I will be wearing my gloves and putting this on. And after everything is said and done, this is just some of the supplies. All of the trash will go in there. Any of the needles and sharps container gets all that. And I am guzzling water. Yes, I guzzle the water because I do not want the major headache and side effects that sometimes come with infusing this when your body is dehydrated. So staying hydrated is the best way to approach day of infusion. I'm infusing tonight because I do have a surgery coming up on Thursday, and the box that all of this comes in, well, I currently have a collection of those boxes over here in the corner of my living space. There's one under the TV table. Sorry for the jittery moving around, but this is how you do things when you are at home doing your own infusions, and you make do with what you have. So I do have an infusion buddy. Hey, my little infusion buddy. He doesn't like that light in his eyes, and I don't blame him. I'm the same way, Bubs. I have cataracts. You don't, but I'm the same way. So, guys, I'm signing off. This is Mimi Makes with hypogammaglobulinemia, and tonight I just made a quick little vlog about the supplies that I use for my infusions, and I'm gonna cut this short so I can start getting it prepped so I can get the pump going and get in bed. And I let it infuse for 7.5 hours. That's how long it takes for those 2 bottles to go in slowly into my thighs, since I'm not doing it into my veins, but subcutaneously, which means into the soft tissue of your thighs. All of that has to be absorbed. So that's getting ready to take place here about midnight. It is 9:58 p.m. here where I live, and I get this all set up, get ready for bed, push start, and I infuse through the night. The alarm beeps saying that the pump beeps saying that the IV bag is empty, just like when you're at the hospital and your IV pump stops beeping for the nurse to come change out your IV bag. That happens here for me, and I just wake up, turn it off, unhook everything, throw my sharps in this container, and clean up the area, and everything is trashed appropriately. And I'm signing out. Again, this is Dora with Mimi Makes with hypogammaglobulinemia, and stay well.